Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video I would like to show you how to set up your current date and time using two different methods. Recently, Robonagi has put an excellent video on his YouTube channel that shows you how to configure the time zones and how to set the time in a proper FreeBSD way. But you know, I don't like to do things in the normal way. I like to do things my way. So let's have a look. I have here a virtual machine running under Proxmox that I'm just going to start. So let's log into the machine. I just have a login as root, password as root. This is just a demo machine. As a side note, if you are doing these things for yourself, please consider the security implications. I generally try to make things as easy as possible, but they are not necessarily ready for a production system. So if you are running a server, you should not be doing what I'm about to show you. Let's try the first way of doing things. So the first I'm going to set the date to 2020 0202 at 14:56 and 22 seconds. It doesn't matter. So I just set a random date. And now let's force the update of the system through the command line. This requires an internet connection, and for that, ntp date -u, and let's go to pool.ntp.org. And there we have it. Now we type in date, and the date is set to the correct date and time. Now let's let's put the wrong date again in the system, and now let's imagine that this system has no internet connection. So if I'm running my own experiments in a virtual server which is separated from the internet, how can I set the date and time automatically? Well, I'm going to be using Ansible for that case. First, let's get the IP address of this machine. This is the 192.168.2.212. And now let's go here to another terminal, here under macOS, and I'm going to try to ping the machine 192.168.2.212. I think this was the machine. Yes, it's here. So we see that we have connectivity to this machine. Now let's imagine this machine would not have an internet connection. How would we be doing this? I prepared already a small project here. And we have three files: the Ansible configuration, the machines.ini, and the time YAML. So Ansible CFG, I need to lower this a little bit. So we have the defaults. The inventory is the machines.ini, and I just do a host key checking false. This is not good for security, but it is what it is. Let's have a look at the machines.ini. So in this file, I'm configuring the all keyword for the machines, and I put an IP address, I put an Ansible user, root, Ansible SSH password, which is going to be the same as root, and Ansible SSH common arguments, identities only yes, and preferred authentications is password. Okay, now let's have a look at the time YAML. Here we have the small Ansible script that says I want to sync the date and the time on all the hosts, which currently is just one. And it's composed of two tasks. First, I get the current date and time from the local host, and I registered in the variable cur date time. And the second task, which SSH to the machine and sets the date to the one registered in my local host. So to make this script run, we need to do some changes into the system so that Ansible is working. The first one is going to be brew install SSH pass, which I've done it already. So it should say, okay, it's already there. And now let's go back to the machine and etc ssh sshd. We need to look at permit root login to yes. And the second one is the password authentication to set it to yes. And service sshd restart. So this would be set by default in our machine. Let's again check the date. This is 2020. This is the wrong date and time. let's go to my main machine where I'm going to just run the command on Ansible. So Ansible playbook on time.yaml, and let's run it. Gathering the facts, setting the time, and OK to changed one. Let's go to the machine. We type again date. OK, and we see that this didn't work as expected. So let's try to see what happened. Let's go again to the time.yaml. And you see here that I did a small fix already because it has current date time, and before it was just cur. So that was a small mistake. And here actually underscore date time, so it should be fine. I was just renaming the variables before. So it registers the cur date time. It sets the cur date time std out when the cur date time std out is defined. Okay, now this script looks good, and let's run it again. Ansible playbook time.yaml. Okay, so let's go to the machine and date. The date has been set without connecting to the NTP server or without having an internet connection. I hope this information is useful for you for your experiments. If you have some comments or suggestions, please use the space down below. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by, and if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and take care and see you next time. Bye bye.